Okay. Okay, good. Everything. Can you? Okay, everything. Okay, the stress just came out of nowhere. Hello, hello. Hi, everybody. Hi, anyone. Hi, welcome. So, right now, and excuse me if my mouth is a bit watery, I'm drinking coffee and I'm eating some fudge stripe cookies. And so, my mouth might be watery. So, my bad, because I don't really be liking that sound when people be all talking. It's just like, it's like, but hey, I'm in a moment. I'm feeling the moment to just talk. So, anyways, excuse that part. If you may hear me slurping or just my mouth full of liquid coffee, it's coffee, okay? And I do have a water bottle. But, anyways, hi. I want to say, oh my goodness, I haven't been on live in a minute. I have not been on live in a minute. Okay, it's about to be the 2 minute mark. So that's when I'm gonna just go ahead and start talking. And excuse me, and saying what this live is going to be about. Yeah. Hi. I know y'all like this is the replay. Just get to it. Okay, it's 2 minutes. All right. So hi everybody. My name is Demitra Diane Hemphill. And I mean, I'm just smiling. Oh my goodness. Okay, Demetra. Okay. So, I'm going to be talking about a couple of different things. How I talk, I be trying to stick to a topic, but I be end up being all over the freaking place. But I will end up, most likely, most of the time, I end up back to where I'm trying to finish the point. So if I'm at point A and I end up just going to point F and then going to point I and not even, finishing my topic with point A, I'm gonna go back to point A, one way or the other. Okay, so what I want to talk about is a couple of different things. Of course, when I get to talking, I cut myself off because I'm thinking about something else coming to my mind. So I change topics and subjects and everything like that. And I realized why that's happening. Well, for me, I realized why it's most likely happening is because of y'all thoughts and y'all ideas. Like, I can be having something that I want to say, and then some y'all out there can be, oh goodness, my daughter. She's good, her t-shirt, RBA t-shirt, she's an ABA. But she's good. They playing, you know, so what about to say? So it's because of y'all. You know how like, and I'm quite sure that's a y'all be too. I mean, you know how like you think of something, you in the middle of a sentence, and then you just realize like, well, like wait a minute, what was I even talking about? And why was I even talking about this topic? Like that happens, and you be like, what? And then a few minutes later, it comes back to you. Now, for me, when that happens to me, I'm thinking it's because when I'm talking, the universe listens. So everything is going out there in the universe. So miraculous, well, I ain't gonna say miraculously, but what I'm saying is other people at that same moment thinking about a similar thing or thinking about what we're thinking about or I'm thinking about what y'all thinking about. But my point is just like it just leads away and goes to y'all. Y'all be thinking about it. Y'all was already thinking about it. But then it come back as a collective thought to me. Hopefully that makes sense. Like I see what I'm saying, like I'm picturing it, but it's probably not even making sense. But I see what I'm saying. So all as a collective, like it's like okay, we thought about this, yada yada yada, or y'all can be in the, not even thinking about it. Could be so many different things. Y'all can be not even thinking about the topic, but then it will come to you because the universe like put it in your mind, and then you start thinking about it. You be like, what did I start thinking about that for? What that song come in my head for? Why am I thinking about that song all of a sudden? Or why I'm thinking about this school? Or why I'm thinking about that food all of a sudden? Because somehow like I was thinking about it, then put it out there in the universe, and then it's like grab hold onto whoever mind was open at the moment, and then as a collective, this person, that person, from here, like from all over, okay, from all over, that collective thought come back. And mind you, this happens like that. I'm snapping my fingers, like that's how fast it happens. It doesn't take like 3 or 4 days. I mean, it could, but I'm just taking about fire, like finishing like a sentence or thought, you know. It goes out to y'all. It comes back as a collective to me. So then now I'm saying it. I'm saying what y'all, what you all thought of as a collective, as a whole, like the strongest came back to me. And you know what? I put something like a sperm. I was thinking about sperm the other day. Man, I was thinking about a whole lot of stuff the other day. What was I thinking about? The sperm was like a male sperm. Um, like the egg, like y'all sperm. What? I was thinking about something about sperm, like the egg and the sperm. Like this is Earth is the egg. Y'all trying to fertilize it. Y'all the idea. I don't know. It'll come back to me. It was something about sperm. But anyway. So anyway, let me just get to one of the topics that I wrote down to talk about. This is about, well, okay, well, I'm gonna tell you the topics that I wrote to talk about. One of them is about chosen people, the people who be like the chosen ones, people who be making videos on social media, and they be titling it the chosen ones, or chosen ones. Hear this, or this is how you know you're chosen, or or they title it something else, but in a video they always say chosen ones, chosen ones. Y'all the ones who this, y'all the ones who that. So I want to talk about that topic, okay? And that's one of the things I want to talk about. Getting into that, my thoughts, my opinions, what I know, what I feel about the chosen ones. And then another thing I want to talk about is quote unquote Jesus. I know y'all call them by different names: Yahweh, Yahshua, Yahuwah, JJ, whatever, Egyptian man, um, just whatever name that y'all call Jesus by. I mean, how I grew up, his name, was Jesus. So I know it's all these other names as well, which is absolutely fine. When they was like the J wasn't even invented yet at the time. Okay, cool. That's what y'all say. That's fine. So y'all can call him whatever name that y'all want to call him, but I'm referring to the name that I grew up with, Jesus. Again, his name. Y'all be like, that's not his name. Okay, cool, but just know that that's what I'm talking about when I say Jesus. Whatever name that y'all call the person that I'm thinking about Jesus is, call him that. The common denominator is we talking about the same person that's in the book. Okay, that's in the Bible. Okay, that's the common denominator. Okay, so I want to talk about him in a sense of um, marijuana, basically weed, and how he lived. I think it's in a book. Well, I know y'all be saying it that he lived a life without sin. He was sinless. We're going to talk about that too. That's all I want to talk about, and about the marijuana and the weed and the herb, the peace pipe, all that good stuff. Okay, so those are the main two things. And of course, I want to talk about some other stuff, but let me talk about them too in this video. So I might even change the title so I know what I'm actually talking about in these two videos. Okay, good. Just about 10 minutes in. So I'm even going to put a timestamp to be like 10 minutes is when we start in the conversation, or when I get to start talking to me, myself, and I. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 10-minute mark. Okay, so we going to, first I'm going to start talking about the chosen ones, okay? The chosen ones, My views on it, my opinions, my no's, my facts, my information, that I have about the chosen ones. Okay, so first of all, I want to say, uh, I was about to say that's some bullshit. That just came to me. That's some bullshit. The chosen ones. But just that title itself, and then nowadays, I'm talking. I'm getting into it. Okay. Nowadays, I be hearing a lot of people on social media that be like, not everybody is a chosen one. Like people be saying, I'm a chosen one. I'm a chosen one. Like that's been going around for years. Excuse me, for years. And I'm like, it seems like a lot of people has been jumping on a bandwagon with being chosen. And I'm like, if you chosen, if you really know you're chosen, great. That's absolutely amazing. You had to get chosen. I guess you got picked. You was chosen to do you. You were, yeah, you was chosen. So I'm thinking about the volunteers. So it's good to be chosen, it's good to be picked or whatever, or chosen. Not even picked because nobody is not saying I was picked. I was handpicked. Y'all was saying that y'all chosen. And I think chosen and being picked is kind of similar, but it's kind of different to say you're chosen versus, yeah, I was picked. But anyways, let's get to the volunteers. The volunteers to me, well, being a volunteer is like somebody that didn't wait to be chosen. Like you stepped up to the plate, you stepped up to the opportunity. You knew what was needed to be done, and nobody didn't have to chose you, to pick you, to do any of that. You was just like a mission was stated on a blackboard. The teachers came in and was like, this what needs to be done on earth. We need to send some people to earth, some spirits, whatever, some angels, some guys, some souls. We need to send some people to earth to complete this mission, to complete this goal. So that's what we need to do. Okay, we need to send and say the angels or the guides or whatever. I'm just making up. You know what? I'm about to say I'm making up a number, but since the number is going around 144, let's just throw that out there. Let's just say 144. So say we all in the classroom, whatever, and then the teachers and the guys came in, the authority figures like the good people, come in. And we not on earth yet. We just in a classroom, doing what we do before we came to earth. So they come in the room. It's like, okay, this is the mission, y'all. This is planet Earth. We need 144 people to go down there to create balance, to wake up some people, and some of y'all going to need to be wake up, like, whatever it's going to be. It's like y'all need to do something in a great way when y'all come down to Earth. So that's the mission. We need people to go down to Earth and fix it, quote unquote, simplest terms. Go down to Earth and fix it. Okay, be a part of a team to fixing it. Making it balanced. Whatever. Making it straight before we come back. Like y'all got to clean it up because we don't want to come to a dusty ass, dirty ass, in corrupted place. So we need people to go before we get there to straighten out everything, and then we'll be on our way. We'll come. So say we all sitting in the class and we hear all of that. The volunteers is the people that's like, oh, I'll go, I'll do it, I'll do it. Them to me, them the ones that are more special, the volunteers, because they didn't get chosen. The volunteers stepped up to the plate and was like, "Ooh, I'll go down to earth." Like, wow, you need people to go down there and clean it and to fix it up and to do this and to do that. I'll volunteer. I'll volunteer. And so say it's 44,000 people that actually volunteer. Mind you, I'm sticking with 144 since that's the number that everybody be talking about, 144. So say it was 44,000 people who actually volunteered. Okay. Um, sure, I want to say something else. I want to say that's even that. I want to say don't even take that 144 out of that. I just want to say it was like 300,000 people that volunteered. I don't know. And then the 144 was the chosen. Like, I want to say something like that. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. So, rewind, rewind, rewind. Okay. So, scratch that out. Y'all was taking notes. Say, people said they need 144. Well, they did say 144 people to go down there. Okay, I don't know. My thing is, say a lot of thousand people volunteered. Okay, they didn't get chosen. The teacher didn't go around and ask them yes or no. Do you want to go down there? You know, teacher didn't choose them. It was volunteers. So say it was a couple of us who actually volunteered. We didn't get chosen. We volunteered. We heard the mission. What was the word? We heard the procedure. We heard the plot. Oh, we heard the call. I don't know, but just say the volunteers. The volunteers raise their hand first, like, yeah, I'll go, I'll do it. Okay, fine. Everybody who wants to go, stand up or stand over here up against the wall. So say it was a couple of 100,000 people or whoever volunteered, or whatever number you want to say. I'm gonna have to call these people back. Now they want to call me. But let's say is ask how many people, you know what I mean, that volunteered. So then they left out the room. They're like, good, they volunteered. So then the teachers, talk amongst each other was like, well, we need some more people. Like the volunteers, great, cool. And say they took the volunteers on a whole another different thing since they volunteered. They was like, we ain't even going to count them as in the 144. They on their own special mission. The people that volunteered. So now it's like, okay, we need more people, and then the people that's chosen, y'all just had y'all hands down, and y'all maybe even had y'all head down, like, mm-mm, nope, I don't want to go. That seemed like a tough task to do. Or I just came back from Earth. I don't want to go there again. No, no, no. Please do not pick me. I got my head down. I don't have my hand raised. No, no, no. Do not pick me. Do not choose me. No. So the teachers is like, okay, we need more people. Anybody want to volunteer? Anybody? No, no. Okay, well, I'm just start choosing y'all. Okay, such and such. Um, I choose you. Hey, I choose you. You on this side. I choose you. You on that side. You on this side. You on that side. Yada yada yada. So that's when the chosen ones will come in. Y'all got chosen. So then they're like, okay, I choose you. So everybody like, okay, y'all the chosen A team. Y'all the chosen B team. And the volunteers, they already done gone. They doing their own thing, That's special. I mean, everything is special, but. So then, boom, y'all come here on Earth. So, I don't know, like, y'all read between the lines. Y'all read, because I know what I'm trying to say, and it's just like, I don't know, it's just like, yeah, y'all chose it, great, cool. And it's funny because, like, the people who say that they chosen, I ain't gonna say all of y'all, but again, if you consider yourself to be chosen, great, good for you. Put that on the shirt, I'm chosen. But the people that volunteered, who didn't wait to get chosen, who didn't wait to get choose, who didn't wait to have a choice, I can't explain. Like, uh, not get what I'm trying to say. Like, volunteer. The people who volunteer, yeah, y'all stand up people. The people who are chosen, y'all cool too. Y'all good people too. But y'all, I'm just saying, keep that same energy. Keep that same energy. Everybody who talking about I'm chosen, I'm chosen, I'm chosen. When the real, when the volunteers step up, and when the volunteers pick y'all, since y'all chosen, now we stepping up and we picking y'all. So if y'all don't even want to get picked, but yet y'all talking about y'all chosen person, a chosen soul, a chosen spirit. And then when it comes time to be picked, oh, okay, chosen, you here on earth. Let me pick you for this task. I need. I'm gonna come to you, and I'm gonna communicate with you, and I'm gonna talk to you. You need to do something. I pick you to do something, And if you be like, no, I don't want to do that. No, no, it's like, but I thought she was chosen. Well, yeah, God chose me. I'm a chosen. Okay, well, God is picking you to do something here while you on earth. If you chosen to come here, so now you're here, chosen one. So now you gotta get picked to do a certain task. task. And if you turn down that opportunity of being picked, then what the F? Your ass wasn't even chosen to begin with. You probably a stowaway. You probably one of the people that failed. While I'm seeing, while I'm seeing like a fight, oh my goodness, a tail swinging, say a tail swinger from a dragon, and like it's just knocking over everything that don't even supposed to be knocked over, and people is falling down. And it's just like, damn it, I'm not even part of this. I'm just falling down. You end up falling. Well, I'm seeing that like a dragon, somebody who has a tail. Even just picture a cat or a dog or whatever, somebody that has a tail that is focused on something else, and then trying to knock something else down or trying to play with something, but then they tail is swinging and knocking over all these other things that don't even supposed to be falling down, and then the things just end up falling down, and it's just like, oh shoot, I'm chosen. It's like, nah, you nobody wasn't even focusing on you. You just was in the way, or you was, you just got knocked over, and that's how you fell down. You a stowaway. I don't know, or you just hopped on board, or you just coattail on somebody's spacecraft. Like what we learned in school, and it was earth science, environmental science. Oh my goodness, what is it? Her, well, I can't think of it. On, oh my goodness, the word is going to come to me. And I just seen this the other day on TV, the phrase. Basically, and this happens all the time, but it was in the ocean when, say, like a whale is swimming around, and then and then what's connected to them, these other tiny fish that eat the particles off the fish. Matter of fact, I was seeing, was it frogs? No, it was turtles, and that what got to me. The hippo, the turtles. It was snapping turtles in the ocean, and they was pulling off all the like gunk from the, I think from the hippo's bottom. They were just like snapping off all that gunk, and then the hippo let it happen because the hippo like, hey, I'm getting clean, while the toes is, you know, cleaning off my poop and all this stuff that's connected to my butt. Like it was something dealing with that. But and there's also something in the ocean. I forgot the name for it when people just tag along, but they have a purpose, but like to clean up, like to not even to pamper. Y'all, I forgot the daggone word. I forgot the word, and I'm thinking about like a whale in the ocean when they got all these tiny fish swimming next to them, and the tiny fish is swimming next to them to get the crumbs that is left over, and then to like clean the shark or the whale. They cleaning the shark or the whale, and it's benefiting the shark or the whale because they getting clean. They not having no ticks or bugs or water or any other stuff on them. Why I see the word, but I don't see the word. And then the people that's cleaning them, they getting the mail from it. So that could be going on in people's lives, like people doing like a whole lot of work, a whole lot of they doing work. They got other people quote tagging them, trying to reap the benefits of it. However, the people that's doing all the work, they like, y'all benefit me on a lower scale as well. Like something like that. Anyways, that's what I see with like some of the chosen ones. Like, I mean, if you not chosen, but you say you're chosen, I think you just fell down because a tail and swipe. swiped you off the table or off the mountain or something, and you just fell down, and you just was just like, F it. A lot of us just fell down, and the other of us actually was jumped, so I'm just blend in. But anyway, so getting back to the phrase chosen ones. Okay, so I'll be seeing a lot of people on different videos on social media talking about chosen ones, and it got chosen ones in the title and everything like that. So I do be listening to some of the videos. Sometimes I don't even listen to all the way, because for me, this is for me now. I can tell when people are fake, when people are doing it for the views, and people are just not even believing what they say. It's when they don't include themselves in it. Like even for tarot readers, like I be listening to some tarot card readers and stuff like that. Not all of them. Like some come across my news feed. I watch a couple of minutes and stuff like that. But oh, hold on. Let me not cut myself off about the tarot readers. Just the motivational speakers right now. They just be like chosen ones, chosen ones. And again, even some tarot readers that say chosen ones. But I'm like, you pay attention to how people talk in that video. If they keep saying chosen ones, I'm telling you, because you more powerful. The people who going after you, the people who going after you, they see your light. They see your light, and your lightness is shining on their demons, chosen ones. Chosen one. You need to listen to yourself. Chosen ones. You don't need to be around people who who do low vibrational things, chosen ones. It's you. You got the power. People know who you are, chosen ones. Chosen ones. This is why the chosen ones. This is why you can't keep a job, because you don't supposed to be working, and you don't supposed to have a job, and you're supposed to be putting all that energy into maintaining your own business. Chosen ones. Chosen ones. Like if they talking like that, they fraud. They fake as fuck. Because I'm like, expect how you making a chosen one's video, but you not including yourself into being a chosen one. To me, I'm like, if you making a chosen one's video, I will assume that you would consider yourself to be a chosen one as well. I will hope. I will hope you consider yourself to be a chosen one as well. So that being said, all whatever you saying, great, fine, that is true. Hey, people see your light before you do. People know who you are. People just trying to test you all the time, and people trying chosen ones, yada yada yada. I get it. All that stuff can be true, absolutely. But why don't you say us? Why don't you say us or we? I like include yourself in it. That's why I be watching these videos, and I'm like, why do they keep saying chosen ones and you this and you that? Why can't you say chosen ones? People see our light. People know who we are. People know about us. That's why we be going through it the hardest. That's why we be having hard times keeping jobs. That's why us, I mean, that's why us. That's us. That's that's why we be, y'all know what I'm trying to say. That's why we be, people know who we are, before we know who we are. Instead of saying chosen ones, people know who you are before you know who you are, chosen one. It's like, talk to yourself, encourage yourself, put yourself in a position like that too. Put yourself in that same thing. So that's why I be watching. Anybody, listen, this is me. This is what I realize, and this is in me. This is what I know. So if I know, if I come across, or whenever I come across a video and people talking about chosen ones, and they keep saying chosen ones, you this, you that, and like, yeah, it sounds good. It's like motivational. Chosen ones, you are special. Why can't you say chosen ones? We are special. We are special. We. It's us against them. You know what I mean? Like, do that make sense? So when I come across videos and people not including themselves, but they talking about chosen ones, I be like, oh yeah, that person fraud. That person is doing it for the money. They're not doing it to be for real. You know, like everything people want to get monetized, and I get that. That's great. And I'm just like, I'm here to have y'all get paid to live. And that's something else I'm going to be talking about. I'm like, why not just hear me out? Why not just listen to me? Like, yeah, I may sound a little strange and crazy and weird, but I'm speaking truth. Like, I am speaking truth, y'all. I may not look how y'all expected me to look. You know, be like, what? She's here in the flesh? Demitra? What? But it's the truth, y'all. So, but let me not get off the topic though. So that's what I observe. You know, so if I do come across a chosen ones video with people speaking out chosen ones, and they not saying us, we, or I, you know what I mean? It's like, nah, you preaching to the crowd, but you need to be preaching to yourself too, or you teaching to the crowd while you ain't teaching to yourself. Why you not including yourself in it? That means you not a chosen one. That means you perpetrating to be one. So you trying to will people in, you know what I mean, for your own personal gain. You're not doing it for the collective thing. You doing it for yourself, to give yourself gratitude. Like, as yourself in it is, hey, you chosen, you chosen. Say, we got this shit. Chosen ones, we in this together. You hear me, chosen ones? We are in this together. We, not chosen ones. Y'all in this shit together. Y'all in it with yourselves. You know, like, whatever. Y'all know what I'm trying to say. So that's just me. So just open your eyes and your ears up. Oh goodness, what is the girl talking about? What time is it? 2:38. Okay. And so basically, yeah, that I think that's it for that with the chosen ones or whatever. Like, include yourself in it. That's really like something that I think that, I mean, if anything, y'all pay attention to that. Pay attention to the people who don't include themselves into being a chosen one. If they making chosen ones videos, they need to say we, us, I, you know, all of that, because they should be believing in what they saying as well. Unless they not chosen and they just talking bullshit to y'all that sounds good and they got their own hidden agenda. But anyways, let me go on to the next thing. The next topic, what is this? 33 minutes in, 33:15. Okay, so the next thing I want to talk about is Jesus and smoking weed and just partying and vibing and having no sins and yada yada yada. Again, the word Jesus, I said the word, the name, something about the name Jesus. But again, whatever name you want to call him, whatever name you want to call him, but I'm just talking about the person who's in the book, the person who's in the book that a lot of us know as Jesus. Y'all can change his name, that's absolutely fine. But to keep it simple, I'ma just say Jesus. Y'all call him whatever, okay? But to keep this going, simple life, to keep it simple, I'm gonna refer to him as Jesus. Okay. So what I want to say about that is um, treat others, trees, herbs, fruits, and vegetables. I'm just looking at my notes. The common denominator, peace pipe, herb is natural, party to the outsiders. Okay, so let me tell y'all this. When they say Jesus was without sin, first of all, well, it's not even a first of all. When they say Jesus, and I think this is in the book, unless somebody just made that up and it just trickled down. But it might have, I mean, if it's written in a book, okay, fine, cool. But I know a lot of people have been saying that, like, Jesus was without sin or whatever. He was sinless. I'm like, that's some bullshit. I'm like, yeah and no. Because if you say he was sinless, yeah, he could be without sin. And the reason why I say that is because he didn't have any laws to abide by. he was the law. So if he, oh goodness, I got to take it back to these times. When I said take it back, I'm gonna bring it. I mean, this is going backwards where we at now. This is like the middle. You know what? I'm going off a topic, but I'm going to take it to this current era. ERA is a word in my name. So I'm gonna bring Jesus into 2025. Okay, I'm gonna bring him into this area. Okay, so say Jesus, um, was born, yada yada yada, and say we say the Bible times is now. Okay, say the Bible times is now. So say Jesus is here. Okay, and yeah, I was like, oh, he was sinless. Jesus came. He was the law. Again, I'm just keeping it simple by saying the name Jesus. Okay, call him whatever. But if he was the law, he didn't have to follow anything. So therefore, he was without sin because he he didn't whatever he did, he did. Like say now he walked across the street, he jaywalked. Okay, say 2025, Jesus came and Jesus jaywalked across the street. Y'all would be like, oh my goodness, he broke the law. He that's a sin because he jaywalked across the street and people get tickets for not obeying the law for they jaywalked. But Jesus is like, fuck them lines. Like I know ain't nobody about to be running me up on no car. Well, actually that did happen to me, and I was actually in the freaking crosswalk. That happened to me when I was like 17 years old. But anyways, that's a whole nother different thing. But the thing is, it's like yeah, he walked across the street. Jesus can walk across the street, if he wanted to, and he would still be sinless. Because didn't don't y'all be saying like Jesus came in God form, like Jesus was God, or he was the son of God? And then I'm just thinking even now, man, my mind, my thoughts is they warming up, they coming. So I'm about to start saying some stuff. I'm trying to hold back because y'all gonna be like Demisha that though. Okay, I'm about to just say some stuff, y'all. Okay, so if Jesus is God's son, okay, first of all, it's a mother, father. Okay, say don't. Okay, basically, who y'all think was left? Whatever. Say in heaven. Say in heaven. Just say that's a place. Okay. So say God sent His Son Jesus in human form to come to Earth and adore all this stuff and be around people and yada yada yada. And people ask Jesus, "Oh, who do you come in?" He said, "I come in the name of my Father." Yada, my Father. So it was a mother up there too. Now, I would think that the humans who asked Jesus, you come in the name of your father, what are you talking about? Yeah, my father is God. Oh, and I would be thinking too, if I was, man, I'm going all off the topic, but if I was around Jesus during that time and Jesus is like, yeah, I'm coming in the name of my father, God is my father, and yada, 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 I would be like, well, damn, is God my father too? Like, but your mother Mary had you, and Joseph, well, Joseph is not really my dad. I had a miraculous birth, and God, the omniscient presence is my dad, and my mom is Mary. I would be like, well, is that true, Mary? Did you give a miraculous birth? And then say it's true. Say it was proven to be, yeah, Mary got pregnant without even having sex and yada yada yada. Okay, keep that simple. Say that that's true. And then we have this baby being born, in a manger, and people come to give him gifts and stuff like that or whatever. So Jesus growing up, and then he's saying, yeah, did Jesus ever say I'm God in the flesh? Is that written somewhere in the Bible? But what I'm getting at is, see, like I said, I just be rambling and talking. What I'm getting at is, Them people who wasn't around Jesus at the time, they wasn't saying, "Well, is God my Father too?" Like, how do I who was they praying to? Like, they wasn't praying to God anyway, or was they actually praying to God in the first place? And then Jesus came, and Jesus was like, "Yeah, I'm actually His real son," you know. And then at the same time, I would be thinking like, well, damn, who's your mama? Like, yeah, of course you had to be born through a vagina, but how is mother God? You know, you talk about Father God. How is mother God? And that's the thing too about the daughter. Like y'all be saying, God is a man with a son. How I was taught, how I was brought up. God, male, the son, male. But it's like it is a female God, a feminine God, who was left there in heaven and had a daughter and was just like, damn, y'all just forgetting about the mother and the daughter. Y'all focus on the father and the son. But the mother and daughter, like, okay, we'll give y'all that. We'll give y'all that because that'll be too much for y'all anyway, for y'all minds to handle. So for X amount of years, we'll let y'all focus on the father and the son until y'all wake up and be like, wait a minute, shit don't sound right. Like, don't they need a mom? Like, how's the son been born? Oh, they put in a female, Marilyn, Mary, 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 Maryland, 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 oh, okay, they gotta put hidden clues to have people remember or wake up or just have an idea of, the connections. But anyway, let me just get back to what I was talking about. But so okay, without the sin part, I'm just like, yeah, if he was the first of whatever, if he's God's son, why the fuck would he have to follow any laws? I mean, he can if he want to. These are man-made laws. Natural laws, of course, follow the natural laws. Please, thank you. Be polite. Treat people how you want to be treated. Like the simple, common sense kind of things. Don't hit anybody. Like for what? Like don't jump in line in front of anybody. Like the things that you should be already born with. Like the common sense, natural, respectable kind of a thing. The natural, laws, the natural things that's inside of you. I think they call it the laws of Mayat, I believe. But say Jesus came down and those was the basic natural laws that he followed. So all them other man-made laws, he wasn't thinking about that. He was just like, fuck that. Like I'm my dad's son, so yeah, I'm gonna be sinless because because this. Oh my goodness, how can I say this? That's like saying, and I get say things are in place, but I'm not saying Jesus reckless. Like if Jesus ran across a highway, oh, I'm gonna run across this highway with all these cars and no cars better hit me. No, absolutely not. It's more so like I'm gonna go inside this store, and if I need a bottle of water to drink, if I'm thirsty, I'm gonna go and get this bottle of water, drink it, put the bottle in the trash even before I even walk out the store. Like I'm gonna drink that bottle of water, put the empty bottle in recycle or in the trash or whatever, and I'm gonna walk out the store because I quench my thirst. And people would be like, "Oh, Jesus done broke the law. Jesus, he's sinned. He didn't even pay for that water." It's like that's Jesus. Why would he need to pay for some motherfucking water? So duh, he will be sinless because he don't do any sin. So when people like emphasize, oh, he was sinless, like how I be hearing people say it as if he was on a straight and narrow, like he didn't do anything. He looked both ways when he crossed the street. He didn't cuss. He didn't smoke. He didn't hit anybody. He didn't party. He didn't steal a car. He didn't steal a camel. He didn't steal a horse. Like he was on a straight and narrow. He had no sin. He didn't steal no bread. He didn't steal no water. He didn't steal any fish. He paid for his hotel rooms if he slept in a hotel. You know, if he needed some clothes, he paid for them clothes. Like he had no sin. You know, like when I hear people say it like that, like, oh, he had no sin. He was on the straight and narrow. He was the goodest little boy ever, the goodest man in the world ever. In my mind, I be laughing. In my spirit, in my soul, I be laughing because I'm like, he didn't have to abide by any man-made laws. He was the law. He was like, fuck that shit. Y'all know who I am. Like I'm not doing nothing wrong. Like yeah, if it's raining outside, if it's pouring down raining outside, and if I need a place to lay my head, I'm gonna go in this hotel room, and I'm gonna lay my head down on the bed. Do I? Am I going to pay for that shit? No, I don't need to. Do you know who I am? I say thank you. Thank you is my payment. Thank you is my payment. And walk out of, the next day is bright and sunny and yada yada yada. He walk out there and grab a to go bag of breakfast and whatever, and then just walk outside. Tell the hotel, the host, this person, thank you. That's the payment. And people would be like, oh my goodness, Jesus ain't even paid to sleep in the hotel room. That's a sin. Like that's his fucking hotel room. If he's the son of God, everything is his. So why do we need to pay for anything? And again, I'm not saying Jesus ain't take advantage of anything. And how can I say this? Like if he needed some water, he would go like say now 2015. Jesus needed water. Go inside of a store, drink the water, put the bottle in the trash, say thank you, whatever. Even if it's thank you to the air, and walk out of there. That's still not sinning. That's still not being a bad person. It's water. Shoot, technically, water should be free for everybody, and that's what I'm trying to get us to. And I know a lot of y'all already know all of this. But anyways, again, back to the sinless kind of a thing. I'm quite sure Jesus smoked a little weed because I think it's something in the Bible where it was like Jesus, he went to the prostitutes, he went to the drug addicts, he went to the junkies, he went to the jails, he went to this place, he went to that place, and he was talking to the people that was living in that at the time. He talked to the prostitutes, he talked to the whores, he talked to the pimps, he talked to the drunks. He probably smoked marijuana. So y'all mean to tell me with him talking, man? Listen, I'm gonna tell y'all this. I'm gonna tell y'all this about the smoking part. For me, if I'm coming across somebody and I'm gonna say the weed is legit, don't be saying, oh, somebody could have laced it, could have did something to it. If I see a group of people that's smoking marijuana and then they vibing, they talking, they laughing, only marijuana make you feel like relaxed or loose or just calm. Like you're not all like violent. At least I know where I come from. From what I've seen, marijuana make you like calm, um, and just chill, like a chill vibe. You know what I mean? Not violent, not nothing. Just like an enlightenment kind of a thing. So imagine Jesus. I was about to say myself, but imagine Jesus coming up to people who smoking marijuana. Okay, smoking marijuana. Say this is 2025. Jesus is here. Again, call him the name, whatever you want to call him. And he see a group of people smoking marijuana. He smell it. He like, ooh, that shit smell good. They talking to them, and then they like, yeah, man, we was talking about whatever, whatever, how we being treated and how this is some bullshit and the taxes and the schooling and the government and yada yada yada, and the props, whatever the people talking about. And Jesus, I'm quite sure would be like, well, damn, can I hit that? Can I take a couple of puffs of that? I'm quite sure they'll be like, yeah, here you go, Jesus, go ahead, and Jesus would smoke on it a little bit, and pass it. He'll get inside the rotation. I'm quite sure that's what happened. And for those of you who be like, nah, I mean, of course, anything is possible. But for those of you who had a mindset of, no, Jesus would not smoke no marijuana. Most y'all know herb has been smoked upon. It was like a peace pipe. It's native. It's ancient. It's a natural herb. And then who says that the marijuana or the hemp or the herb is bad, is lower vibrational? Who says that? Is it man-made? Is it the government, a man-made law that say, oh, you can't smoke marijuana because if you do, that you being bad? Did a man-made law say that? And then that got y'all in the mindset of, oh yeah, low vibrational if you smoke marijuana. Yeah, because the government said that. And but y'all the same people who be in the Bible and even in Genesis it says herb. I gave you all kinds of herbs and seeds for you to eat, for that to nourish you. And then the ancient Egypt, they was using hemp oil for a lot of things. And the indigenous people, we all was like the peace pipe. That was marijuana. That was chi. Or what is it called? Y'all know what I'm talking about. And then I get it, y'all. I hear y'all saying, "Oh, well, that's different from now because now it could be laced as GMO, as the government put a whole lot of that in it now, so it's not the natural thing." Yes, yes, and no, because it can be yes and no. It could be very natural, very potent. It depends where you get it from. Depends on who grows it. You don't gotta actually go to a dispensary. They got people growing their own marijuana in all these different states. That's probably get, and some of them probably actually get the natural seeds from where the marijuana start going from. Is that Colombia? No, that's like cocaine. That's marijuana. I don't know, I guess I can Google that where it started growing. But shit, it's a damn plant. It grows any damn where. And when I'm telling y'all what I see in the future, as much as y'all look out y'all window and y'all see these trees, mind you, they took all the female trees down because that was some fruit. So these male trees, they just here. So now it's going to be the children trees and bushes. They're actually going to be bushes, and it's going to be marijuana bushes. I kid y'all not. Look out y'all window. Y'all gonna start seeing female trees too, plants with fruit. And then right next to the female tree is going to be a bush, and it's going to be marijuana. I don't know what kind of strains. I don't know what name is going to be called. I don't know all that yet. I'm not. That's the smallest details that I'm not. That I don't see yet. I just know I see bushes of marijuana trees all around. It's going to be abundant. It's an herb. And it says it's so controversial. I'm bringing that shit back. I mean, it's like sage. It's like parsley, Italian seasoning. What other green? Um, y'all know all them other green herbs that y'all got that's out there. The green herbs that people use in food and stuff. But it's going to be abundant just like that. And I'm talking about the marijuana. So, anyways, I'm quite sure Jesus walked up to him and heard the conversation. I was like, hey, get that a little bit? And Jesus got into the rotation, and Jesus is talking and yada yada yada, and then came the conversation, and then Jesus can say what Jesus wanted to say. Okay, well, y'all know that this is this and this is going to happen, and then the energy that y'all feel, y'all don't got to worry about that because this and this, and I know this, and just whatever the conversation be, or he just listened to the conversation everybody else is talking about, whatever. But I'm quite sure Jesus smoked marijuana. If he's in there, if he went down to the pimps, to the whores, I'm quite sure Jesus was getting brushed up on, like, he went down to the prostitutes, Come on, Jesus, let me just do a little bit of something to you. You don't think Jesus had his dicks up? Y'all don't think Jesus had sex and had his dicks up? Like, come on now. So, y'all don't think Jesus went to a strip club? Y'all don't think Jesus went to a casino? It was like, what's going on up in here? Let me see. Oh, what? They, oh, this is okay, drinking. Okay, let me have a little fun. It's safe fun. Safe, okay? Safe fun. Y'all just think Jesus was just walking around, sandals all worn and torn, for some new sandals, traded something in for a new thing. I mean, well, the trading part probably, but do y'all think Jesus even like, come on now? Yeah, he was out sin because he didn't give a damn. Like, this is my shit. I don't need to pay for nothing. I'm walking around here. All this shit should be given to me freely, and not in like a pompous kind of attitude, but in a more so of a chill vibe. Hello, hi, this is me. This is what I know. And people should automatically be offering that shit. Like, oh, do you need a place to stay? Huh, come. I got an extra room. You can stay here for a couple of days if you need. Oh, Jesus, I noticed your sandals got holes in it and the bottom is just all torn. Here you go. Here go a pair of, of sandals. They're not all the way new, but they better than what you have. Jesus, like, okay, cool, thank you. Oh, Jesus, here goes some fresh linen. Here goes some fresh clothes. Fresh. Here you go, wash up. Clean water, clean soap. Here you go, wash up. Here goes some fresh clothes for you. Here goes some water. Like, for who Jesus was or is, all that shit should have been given to him freely. And y'all don't think that was what's going on? Of course, he was without sin because he didn't have to steal, cheat, or lie. Like, if he wanted his dick sucked, he didn't have to pay to get his dick sucked. It just was happened. He just had to choose which female doing it. Okay, I only need two of y'all. I know it's 10 of y'all that want to do it, but let me just get two. Okay, who got the marijuana? Who got the Mary J? Mary. Who got the Mary Jane? Who got the Mary J? I got some. Okay, spark that shit up. Y'all don't think Jesus was like that? Oh, I need to travel 30 miles. Oh, hey, can I come with you? We can, here go a camel. You can take this camel, and I'll take the other camel, and we riding on our way. And then some other people might look at it and be jealous or be upset and be mad. Like, damn, that man get everything. He ain't paid for nothing. He don't got no job. He ain't working. And then he's surviving. He don't got no damn job. I haven't seen that man with no damn money. But I always see him looking fresh. He always got a fresh pack of camels. I mean, a fresh camel riding on a camel pack. I don't know what I'm talking about. Riding on a camelback with some nice sandals on, clean clothes. He don't be looking dehydrated. It's like, how he do this? And he traveling? Like what? Who's sponsoring him? It's like his parents. Oh, let me guess, his dad, because y'all just forgot about the mother, right? God, Father God, right? So I'm like, yeah, he was without sin in that kind of sense because none of that man made laws applied to him. None of that applied to him. So yeah, he can go inside of a store, change his clothes. Like if his clothes was dirty or something, he can go inside of a store, change his clothes, and walk out. Like don't even pay. Like let them people know. He ain't doing it on no sneaky tip. Like oh I gotta hide. It's like no, I'm changing my clothes right here. Or hey cashier or whoever. I would like these clothes. I'm about to change my clothes. Can you take the sensors off of them? And I'm gonna put these on now. Okay, cool. Take the sensors off, go in the dressing room, change his clothes, walk out, thank you, appreciate it. And the cashier, Be like, okay, cool, no problem, thank you. He didn't have to pay for anything, and that's how it should be. Like, but then other people watching, who's like, oh, he just walked out of there when they ain't even paid for nothing. Oh my god, he just stole them clothes. He's a thief. It's like, no, man-made laws don't apply to God's son. Like, if this is, God's son, how y'all put it in Christianity, like Jesus is like the miraculous birth. He just appeared in Mary's womb, you know. But I'm like, yeah, and then even with the whole wedding thing, when he turned water into wine, I'm like, and I be thinking like, what if that wine was blood? Like it can be a whole other different possibility, but that's a whole nother different path for me to go down. I ain't gonna go down with it in this video because it's over an hour. But Jesus liked the party. We like the party. So what else I wrote? Oh yeah. So basically, yeah, like the peace pipe. So the spiritual people that's out there, and I be noticing a lot of y'all who I ain't gonna say talk down on people who smoke marijuana, but when y'all do mention it, y'all saying it in like a negative kind of way. Like, oh yeah, you smoke marijuana, you smoke weed, that's low vibrational. Like we spirituality here, we don't smoking marijuana and drinking, that's low vibrational. Yada yada yada. And I'm like, who say that? Now get this. My younger sister, my baby sister, she told me the story that well, she don't smoke marijuana anymore, and who knows if she be doing it, like throughout the years. But I know this was years ago, years ago, years ago. When she told me the story when she first smoked marijuana, I wasn't with her. She was with one of our other sisters, and she was young. Like I don't know. I think she said she was like 16 years old, 15, 16 years old, I think. And she said that was her first time smoking. And she said when she smoked, and she said that's why when she don't want to smoke no more, because she said the first time she was paranoid. She got paranoid the first time when she was smoking marijuana. So that became, so she just didn't want to do it anymore. She was like, nah, nah, nah. So I was like, what do you mean became paranoid? She was like, yeah, I started hearing things. I was seeing things in the corner of my eyes. Things wasn't there. And then it was just like everybody was just feeling different. And I just felt like, uh, like a vibe, like people were just about to get me, like that kind of a thing. So I was like, damn, So I was like, yeah, you probably don't need to be smoking no weed anymore. Cause I'm like, shoot, back then when I was smoking, like we used to laugh and chill, like it was joking. Like we had the good weed that if we smoking, we would be laughing. So I'm like, for her to tell me she experienced that, I just like, damn, yeah, you probably don't need to smoke. Whenever she mentioned it, or just like when I'm thinking about it, I'd be like, yeah, whoever she was with, or the people who she was smoking with, um, 15, 16 years old, she probably not supposed to be smoking. I'm getting in trouble. Like that's probably what's like on her mind. So she already had that mentality of, I don't supposed to do this. I don't want to get caught by my mother, or the police might come. It's so scary. It's so spooky. I, I want to do it, but I'm so scared because I don't want, it's like bad thing to do. Like that was like her mindset. Probably it's like a bad thing to do to smoke marijuana. So when she was smoking it, she wasn't relaxed when she was smoking it. It was just like, oh my goodness, I'm scared. Hopefully I don't get caught. You know. So as you're smoking it, as she was like smoking it, that was developing in her mindset, and then that's when other things around her, like her spirit, was like, oh, we're about to wake you up to some shit. Since we know that you over here thinking this shit bad, we're about to show you some shit. So her spirit team, her spirit guys took that time to be like, listen, we gonna point some things out so you to see. You see that shadow in that corner. You see how you feel anxious around the people who you smoking with. I mean, these people is really not for you. They hiding something, or they just not really good for you to be around. Well, look, open your eyes. like pay attention to some things. I don't know. It was just weird because I'm just like, marijuana shit. And then I hear stories about that. People like, nah, I stopped smoking weed because that shit made me paranoid. I get it. But then I'm also thinking like, it's like 100,000 different marijuanas out there. And I'm like, you probably just smoked not even a bad batch. Because like I said, it's like all these different, to me, it's too many for me to even think of, for me to even remember. But I'm like, shoot, 10, that's a freaking enough for me. Like me, I want to find maybe two, two good ones that I'm will down. I enjoy smoking this strain, like the name of it. Like my names like I don't know, like they got I'm just making up some stuff now. They probably got a cookie dough, chocolate chip cookie, watermelon. This is weed strain. They got jambalaya. They got the benefit of the doubt. Hey, smoke this. What is it called? The benefit of the doubt. Hey, here you go. We got this Lucky Charms. Here go smoke this Lucky Charms. We got don't up like this. Don't blow my high. Ooh, what's the name of this weed? This joint hitting. Don't blow my high. Oh shit, I like this. There's so many freaking different names out there. Bad and it's had a bad experience does happen. But I'm like, maybe whatever you were smoking or whoever you were smoking with, you need to change that shit up. Cause I'm like, I'm here to tell y'all, marijuana herb is not bad. It's gonna be around hemp, HEMP. That's the first four letters in my last name. EMP is in hemp. So y'all talking about EMPs, that shit about to happen too. But I'm like, herb is not bad. Herbs, fruits, and vegetables, all that shit would be around. Y'all, I kid y'all not. I kid y'all not. That shit is free. And just because you smoke does not mean you're a bad person. Does not mean you entertain demons. Does not mean you on a lower vibrational level. Back in the day, smoking marijuana, that was an enlightenment thing. It's a freaking herb, a plant. It's a plant. And then in mother's breast milk, it's natural in mother's breast milk. So tell me what's wrong with that. Oh, because the government, oh, some of y'all, I'm gonna put this in quotations. I'm using bunny ears. The white man, I'm using in quotation marks, the white man said that marijuana herb is bad. And y'all just ran with it. Y'all let that shit fly. So now y'all programmed to be like, oh, if anybody's smoking marijuana, it's bad. They doing something illegal. They sinning. That's a low vibrational. But before the man-made laws came into place, all of it, y'all ancestors were smoking marijuana. They didn't look at it as bad. Even the people who did not want to smoke marijuana, they were still around it because of the smoke and the ceremonies and the rituals. And if you didn't want to smoke marijuana, you didn't smoke it. It was just like it was a thing. If you ain't want to eat, if you ain't want to eat no bread that day, you ain't eat bread that day. It wasn't like, oh my goodness, you ain't eat bread. Come on, man, eat this bread, eat this bread, eat this cake, anime, eat this cake, anime. It wasn't no big deal. It was like, oh, you want to eat the cake? You want to eat this bread? Or you want to smoke marijuana? Okay, let's join in together. Let's talk about something. Let's converse. Let's discuss. That was like a conversational tool, a conversational starting point. And then it's so funny that they came out, I think in the 90s or in the 80s, where I'm from in Maryland. I don't know if this in all these other states in the United States, but where I'm from in Maryland, they came when I was in elementary school. It's a program that they started called DARE, DARE, DARE. And I think it means something. Like I think those was like abbreviations to some word. But anyways, I just call it DARE, DARE. So the funny thing about it is the DARE program was about to drugs. I think this was, yeah, it was like saying no to drugs and peer pressure and gateway drugs and stuff like that. So it was something that they taught us in school. It was like a special subject. So it wasn't like a subject that we learned every day. It was like maybe twice a month a police officer would come in and discuss the risk about smoking marijuana. You know, I didn't think they was talking about crack or cocaine or anything like that. It was more so like smoking pot, smoking marijuana. And I remember the commercial. This is an egg. No, this is your brain. Y'all remember that fried egg commercial back in the 90s when the guy in the commercial cracked an egg in a frying pan and the commercial was like, this is your brain. It said, this is your brain on drugs. And it was like frying the egg and it was like over easy. And then in my mind, I was like, sure, add some salt and pepper, some cheese to that shit. I'll eat it. Don't burn it. Add some salt and pepper, some cheese. That looks good. But back in the day, the program DARE was, to discourage children from smoking pot. Now or even when they got older because it's not good. Don't do no drugs. That was considered a drug. Don't do drugs. So they put marijuana into the drug category. So the funny part about it is DARE is a word in my name. And I'm like, yeah, back then in the fifth and the sixth grade, I'm learning about it. Of course, I ain't know too much about marijuana or weed or whatever like that. I did, but I didn't. But I was just like, okay, well, I'm gonna just say no. If I know it's some drugs, I'm gonna just say no. So growing up, like going to middle school or high school or whatever, when people was like, yeah, they smoke marijuana, and then these was my friend. I ain't gonna say friends, but there's people that I knew that would hang around every so often or that I know of and then know that they were smoking it and they seemed cool, they were like violent. I'm just like, hmm, maybe it isn't so bad. It's like that episode of the Cosby Show where Rudy didn't like Brussels sprouts. Because she was just man. That episode made me not like Brussels sprouts. I like we wasn't eating Brussels sprouts growing up in the household. It was more so peas and string beans. So we ain't really had no Brussels sprouts. So I didn't have to worry about that. But I'm just like, even in the episode when she was portraying Brussels sprouts as nasty. But of course, at the end, she did try one. She was like, oh, it's not so bad. But just like ill the whole time, it's like, she ain't want to eat no Brussels sprouts. So I'm like, I'm glad we don't have no Brussels sprouts because that stuff do look nasty and she ain't want to eat it. But then as an adult age, I finally had some damn Brussels sprouts. And I'm talking about maybe like 6 years ago when I finally had some Brussels sprouts, about 6 years ago. I was like, this sucker is good. And I'm like, what is this? What is this right here? I'm eating it and it tastes good. And I'm like, what is this? I'm like, wow, tastes so good. She like, yeah, add a little cheese and spring a little cheese on there, some salt. I said, Rudy done had me mess up this whole time. Like I ain't had no damn Brussels sprouts. I wasn't getting them. Wasn't even thinking about things. So I still don't get Brussels sprouts as often, but sprouts. It's not like a major vegetable that I would eat, but I get Brussels sprouts. I have had Brussels sprouts now. So that's like the dare. That's like getting back to the marijuana. Like in fifth and sixth grade, they was like, just say no to drugs, say no to the pot, say no to the marijuana, say no to the weed, say no to the herb. Peer pressure. Don't be peer pressure into doing something that you don't want to do. And it's just like, well, damn, what if I do want to try it? Because what if, I mean, if it's a stranger, of course, how we talk, don't talk to strangers. Yeah, if it's a stranger offering me some pot or some weed or some candy, it's like, hell nah, I don't know you. I ain't taking no candy from you. Like, no. But if it's peer pressure, like among your peers, I guess peer pressure, these people, and you see that they smoking it and they laughing and joking and just having fun. And yeah, they probably, eat a whole lot after that. I mean, just something like you observing them. So you watching, I mean, well, I know I was. I know I was like observing the people who were smoking, and I'm talking about we teenagers now. So I'm like, what? Let me, if I do get offered it, like, why not? Let me just take one or two puffs. And most likely that's what happened. One or two puffs, and I was just like, oh shit, that ain't bad. And my mindset wasn't on, oh my goodness, I'm gonna get caught. I'm gonna get in trouble. My mama gonna see me. My mama gonna smell me. It was just like, nah, probably was outside at a park somewhere and just like, hey, can I get into that? Sure. Thank you. I mean, I can't tell you because I can't even, but I know I didn't have no bad experience. From what I remember, I haven't had no bad experience with smoking no marijuana. Like that shit is going to stay. And am I a bad person? No. Am I low vibrational because I smoke marijuana? No. Do I consider other people in a low vibrational? Y'all know the word I'm trying to say. Vibrational state of frequency if they smoke marijuana, an herb, HERB. No. No. Why? Just think back in the day in ancient times, they was doing that. So nobody should be judged for real. But just on just one, if you judging somebody because they smoke a marijuana and you put that and you say that they a bad person or they low vibrational because of the herb, then nah, I can't fucks with you. I can't fucks with you because if anything, it should be, hey, if you choose to smoke it, you choose to smoke it. I'm not gonna indulge in it, but ain't nothing wrong with it. But that's you. You do you. You want to smoke. You want to smoke. That's it. But to call people low vibrational, or to call people that they sinning, or be like, oh, you smoke marijuana. How you want to be spiritual? How can you say you're a chosen one if you entertaining marijuana? Like, bitch, how can you say you're a chosen one when you not? You should want to be. Because if you really know God, if you really know God is, who Goddess is, who your parents are in the spiritual, they would be like, light that shit up and pass it. Y'all don't want to hear that though. I know I sound crazy, right? I know I sound crazy, right? But I'm letting y'all know that's what it is. That's what it is when it comes to the marijuana, when it comes to the herb, when it comes to the peace pipe, when it comes to the naturalness, that hemp seed oil. And yeah, you don't really gotta smoke it. You can drink it. You can put it on cuts and wounds and put it on your forehead. Use it as a sacred oil. Use it as perfume. There's so many different things. So many different ways. But if you do choose to smoke it, then you choose to smoke it. It's not low vibrational. If anything, it's high. It's high vibrational. It gives you a higher frequency. And people be like, yeah, I'm on that natural high. Well, get higher on some more natural herbs. I don't know. And people would be like, nah, I don't smoke. I'm natural high. I'm just natural like this. Okay, cool. Well, smoking would give you a higher thing, and that's nature. That's natural. It's a plant. But y'all get what I'm saying. And I don't think I finished saying about the mother's breast milk. But yeah, that's is how can I say cannabis is natural in mother's breast milk. Look that up. Look that up. It's natural in mother's breast milk. So you mean to tell me that it's already produced cannabis, cannabinoid or whatever it's called, is naturally produced in mother's breast milk while she's pregnant with the baby. So all the cannabis, and you don't even got to smoke. You say you don't even smoke. You're not even a smoker. You're not no smoker. You're not no drinker. None of that. If you're a real woman, when you pregnant with your baby, your milk has cannabis in there for the baby. that shows, and yeah, you're supposed to be breastfeeding your newborn, your baby. So that should tell you, like, a newborn baby's supposed to be having cannabis in their milk, drinking to get them fuller, to have them eat more, so you can produce more milk, so they can be sucking, sucking, sucking. You can get milk, milk, milk. But I know y'all don't want to hear that though. I sound crazy, right? But what time is it? 3:27. But I'm just saying. I think that's all I'm speaking now about this one. Pay to live. Why not listen to me? Why not hear me out? Know about me? Okay, I'm reading my notes. So yeah, I guess that's the finishing topic on the chosen ones. Like, pay attention to when you listen to these videos, and if people talking about chosen ones, you this, you that, people see your light, chosen ones. People be saying who you are, chosen ones. But then they not saying people, they not including themselves in it. They not saying I, we, or us. They not saying chosen ones. People know who we are. Chosen ones, they see our light. They see our light. Chosen ones, they know who we are. We in this together. We be going through a whole lot of stuff, and because people be trying to test us. You know what I mean? Like, if they not including themselves in there, I would advise you. Mm, I would advise you to. I ain't even want to advise you to do nothing. Just, just use your discernment. Just listen. I mean, I guess all this is for entertainment purposes only. But yeah, I just. Hmm. But so that's that with the chosen one statement, and then with the Jesus and the weed and the herbs, it's like Jesus loved to party. Jesus smoked. Jesus had sex. Jesus had his dick sucked. Jesus had orgies. Jesus drunk some wine. Jesus smoked some weed. Jesus gambled. Like, he had to experience this shit for free. Jesus went inside of a store, drunk a bottle of water, told the cashier thank you, put the shit in the trash, and walked out. Jesus went inside stores if his clothes was dirty, went inside, changed it, thank you to the cashier, whatever, cashier no problem, and walked out. Yeah, so all, yeah, sinless, because he didn't have to obey by any man-made laws. He know who his heavenly Father, God, is, and mother. Even though y'all be forgetting about the mother and the daughter, but we're back. We're here. And so yeah, he was sinless. But again, how people be using the word sinless as if he didn't do, as if he didn't have a life. You know what I mean? Like, y'all using it like, yeah, he was just on a straight and narrow. He dotted his I's and crossed all his T's. Like, he didn't. He was a good boy, a good guy. But like, no, no, he, man. But anyways, so that's it for that. And but I want to just end this with the children. Um, this world, this earth is supposed to be catered to children. Okay, so we need to get back into that, and that's what I'm here for, to focus on the children. I'm not focusing on y'all too, but for all of y'all who be like, I'm a child of God, if you ever said that, and if you still believe that, or you know that you are a child of God, that God is your father, or whatever, if you proclaim that, that means you are a child. You are God's child. You are a, you are a child. And this world is meant for you. Meant for you to be safe. Meant for you to have fun. Meant for you to learn, make mistakes, get messy, like the magic school bus. It's like explore, learn, travel, live, be happy, be safe. And that's what I'm here to make happen. Y'all are like my children. If my children are not happy, I'm not completely happy. I want to see my children together. I want to see smiles and just playfulness and just enjoyment. Oh my goodness. And just overlooking it, overseeing everybody just like chilling, no worries. When you a child, you don't supposed to have no, not about to cuss. When you a child, you don't supposed to have no freaking worries. What are you worried about? What are you possibly worried about as a child? Not, don't even think about homework. Like you, no homework. Like what are you worried about? You just supposed to be waking up, eating, pooping, playing, cleaning up, having fun, learning. You know what I mean? Like that's how it's supposed to be. Fun. But y'all got sucked into this spell. And I'm like, I'm trying to get y'all out of it. I know it may sound strange and crazy and weird, but realize who I am. Realize who I am, what I came to do, me and my crew. You feel me? Team, TEAM, is a word in my name. And I'm going to say this. This is the last time. This is the last time I'm coming back here. Like we geared up. They like Demitra. Just say the word, and we geared up. I'm like, nah, in decency and in order. In decency and order. So, and the word wait is in my name, WAIT. The M can be a W, wait, WAIT. And I'm like, okay, I gotta wait. But yeah, this divine time and stuff, and time is in my name. I'm just like, man. And at times I'd be like, Demetra, what am I doing? Why am I holding myself up? Or is somebody else holding me up? Or what's the freak is the problem? And sometimes I'd be like, want to go, me, myself, and I want to go. But then myself is like, no, hold on a little longer. And then Demetra is like, come on now, get it together. I know, right? I sound a little off, but my mind is sound. My mind is sound, people. But yeah, children are people too. I want everybody to be happy. I want y'all to be, since everybody is focusing on money, now money will be obsolete, okay? But for now, like I said, in decency and in order, okay? I can't just say fuck money and everything disappear. It has to be slowly taken away to soothe y'all. I think that's the word. But since money is a major thing, bringing people less stress and like happiness, I get it. So that's why I'm like, I don't want to focus on that, but I'm like, okay, fine, free for all. Okay, who want money? Here you go, here you go, here you go. Man. But I'm like, I'm the freaking money. Y'all gonna know that everything is the people that are watching, the watchers know who I am. Okay? But anyways, know who me and my children are and people that's connected to me is. I'm about to get off because it's an hour and a half video. Alright, and I don't want to get too deep in some shit, but I'll talk about all that in another video. Alright, you guys, enjoy. Bye. Do, do, do.